Soul Circle. I hope everyone's having a lovely rainy day if you're here on this side of the world. I'm Candice Elizabeth.
And I am Stephen Michael James. Hello and good morning. And we are from Arcana, Mind, Body, Spirit. Before we get started, it is a Monday and we are super grateful for all of the things that took place last week with you guys. Oh my gosh, SoulCircle, you guys are just the coolest humans out there. We have had so many people reach out to us on so many different networks. Of course, you can find us on our website and all of our services that provide. We have our YouTube channel, which is primarily where we post most of our content. Facebook, we're going live every single day to get to know you guys a little bit better. If you're here, make sure you say hello, leave a comment. And Instagram, we usually use Instagram to post when we have new videos coming out. I just want to say that I'm so grateful for all of you because Candice and I have been getting so many of you reaching out, inquiring about our services, using us for some of our Lifepath Coaching sessions, doing some Reiki crystal healing sessions. There's just been so much. We're so grateful for all of you out there. For the month of June, our whole motive is getting onto a high vibe life with you guys. Just simple steps that we can take every single day that can help us vibrate and feel awesome as we move forward towards our highest timeline and earning our best potential. So for this week, we said that we are going to be building our morning practice in order to help align our chakras as best we can. And we're going to get started today with our root chakra, which is the Muladhara chakra. In case you are new to our Arcana family, Candice and I in March did 2 whole months on how to use your chakras. Our root chakra video is a super popular one that we had, so thank you for enjoying that. If you haven't seen it, please head on over to YouTube and check this video out. So without further ado, good morning, MJ. So nice to see you, my dear.
Hey.
I hope you have a bright and awesome day, MJ. So root chakra, Candice, why don't you dive on in?
All right. So the root chakra, it's located at the base of the spine or your tailbone or even your pelvic floor. Stephen is going to be showing us some a good yoga pose later on that can help with this, but you can also just flex and flex and release the pelvic floor and that area of your body as another way if you don't have the space to do what Stephen will delight us with later. We're talking with the root chakra. The symbol for it, Stephen had it up a few seconds. It's a red lotus with 4 petals. There it is. Okay. The root chakra is associated with the earth element. So when you think of the root chakra, think about what you need. So it can be very basic. It's an earth element. So think about shelter, water, food, those physical needs. The root chakra also has emotional root system as well. So what makes you feel safe? What makes you feel connected? Our basic animal instincts and feeling grounded. That's like the essence of the root chakra. It's especially connected to our fight or flight responses. So if you're feeling if you're feeling constantly in a fight or flight, you're feeling anxious, you're not feeling that grounded place, the root chakra is maybe where you want to turn and really ground yourself. Think about rooting yourself in your life and your connections with other people, your shelter, your home, all of those things. I'd like to think of the root chakra as being your connecting life force between the physical and the internal systems. So the mantra for the root chakra is I have. And a healthy root chakra gives you a sense of integrity, belonging, again, safety, and all those feelings, of course, can push us into that positive high vibe life and the outcomes that we really, really want. So when your most essential needs are met and we have a firm, solid foundation, our other chakras are able to flow. And you can work through this. I know a really good one is Kundalini yoga. And like the essence of that in itself is breathing through each of the chakras, awakening the energy force up through the spine, from the base of the spine, from the root chakra, all the way up to the other chakras. So if you're interested in some Kundalini yoga, I would suggest the Elegant Path. She's done some work with us before on our full moon, and she is excellent for Kundalini yoga. I did a lot of that for preparing for childbirth, and it's amazing. Moving on, you can do to encourage a healthy flowing root chakra is simply eating red. Wear red. Red is the color of that represents the root chakra. You can maybe when you do a meditation, if you're working on meditations and that grounding, focus on the color red, envision the color red. Another great one is moving and dancing, and that just waking up those lower primal kind of animalistic feelings in yourself and just bringing them to life. So again, if you want to know more about our root chakra and go into a deeper dive, we have our root chakra video up that we did, and as Steve mentioned before, so check that out on YouTube. Yeah, there it is. And that we go into a very deep dive of all the things, how to tell if you're imbalanced, how to get balanced with that root chakra. So without further ado, Stephen, why don't you show everybody a good, simple yoga pose to do to awaken that root chakra up? And may I suggest just envisioning some red while you drop into this yoga pose?
Absolutely. I would love it. Hello, friends. You're over here now. Okay. So here's an example of a red stone like Candice was talking about. This is a red calcite. This is a huge stone, a great stone to work with when you are envisioning working with your root chakra. So if you have never seen red, deep red stones, I want you to envision this color, a deep primal earth color as we're doing this. Okay. So
one of my favorite stones.
it is. Candice has actually slept clutching this. I'm convinced that this has molded for Candice's hand.
Yeah.
I'm convinced.
Believe it or not, I've carried that giant stone in my bra.
For days. Hiking.
Yeah.
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 So we're going to get started. So this is a really great exercise to do even if you just wake up in the morning and you're lying in your bed. This is a fantastic one to do. Sometimes it can be difficult depending on what your mobility is like or where you are during your day to do an exercise like this, but this is a really nice one to do right in the morning when you're waking up. So I'm going to lay down for all of you, and I'm going to turn this way so that you're not getting a crotch shot when I get into this position. All right, so let's go viral. All right, so what we're going to do here is we're first just going to start by hugging our knees. And we're going to rock our spine back and forth a little bit, just warming up our spine. Taking a deep breath there. Now, anytime you're doing any breathing or breath work where you're on your back, a good practice is to sort of crunch yourself up and then lengthen your spine inch by inch, centimeter by centimeter, long and away from your base. So your goal is to have a very long central channel of energy going all the way from your root chakra at the base of your spine, all the way up your central channel, up to the top of your head. We want to do that again with our neck. Just bring our neck up a little bit and lengthening that spine so it's nice and long. Taking a bit of a deep breath here and rocking, warming up that spine. Just being good to your body. Now, as we start, take a deep breath. And you'll notice that in this position, your breath can go low, but it's not going to get super low just yet. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to open our legs up a little bit so that we can get our breath nice and low. And there's a bunch of different ways that you can do this. I'm going to first, by doing this, taking my hands and I'm going to place them on the base of my feet. And I want to have my feet up as if I'm walking on the ceiling. So I don't want to have my feet down here. I want to lift those heels up to the ceiling. I want to take my chin and make sure that it stays nice and tucked. And I want to retract my shoulder blades down towards the floor. You'll take a nice deep breath in this position. And you'll notice that in this position, your breath gets a lot lower. You can feel it all the way at the base of your spine. Now, everyone's bodies are built differently. There are different variations you can do. You can take 2 fingers and place them on your big toe and pull down. This is also a good variation for anyone with long legs. For me, this helps my shoulders be able to contract to the floor while still maintaining correct posture. And then again, you can take your arms and hug them around the backs of your knees here. If that's better for you, your goal is to just open up. Now, this is actually called a happy baby pose because you can picture a baby giggling and laughing with a big full diaper in this position. And that's sort of the feeling that we want to get here. Take some nice...
A big full diaper.
Now going back to what Candice was saying, this is about our primal needs, about stability, about strength. And it's always good to formulate an intention or a mantra for yourself that resonates. And that can change. So when I'm working with my root chakra, I like to say, I am a stable, strong foundation through which prosperity can grow. There can be any variation on that. I am a strong and stable foundation. I live my life without fear. I live my life in line with my needs. My needs are met. Whichever resonates for you. Taking your arms, wrapping them around yourself, giving yourself a nice hug. Taking a few breaths there. You know, after the kind of year we've had, if you either live alone, you work from home, you've been isolating or quarantining, whole days can pass by where you don't get a hug or see someone or have human touch. So it's important to give that to yourself. Wrap your arms around yourself. Tell yourself that you are stable, that you are strong, and you are a foundation for prosperity. And now repeating with me the Bija mantra, which is LAM. We're just going to say LAM 3 times as we breathe. LAM, LAM, LAM. Oh man, that feels good. Whew. I feel all kinds of good after doing that. Let me just switch us on back here. MJ, I agree. She says, I miss hugs. I'm a great hugger. I want to know your hugs. I can't wait to feel them hugs. That's awesome. All right,
Yeah.
So if you're someone who needs to work on some of these qualities that the root chakra embodies, doing a stretch like this is a really great thing to do right when you wake up in the morning. Candice, do you have anything to add about our root chakra or stretching or practice or anything like that before we move on?
No, I think that's good. I think that's a pretty good run. Again, root for me is where my roots are. My basic needs, my animalistic basic needs, and feeling grounded and feeling connected. This is the beginning. If you don't have strong foundation, then everything else isn't going to be as strong. They're not going to be in as flow. So this is a great place to start. If you don't feel safe, if you don't feel grounded, if you don't have those foundational feelings, the strong feelings, and feeling rooted and feeling safe where you are stepping every day, and emotionally and physically, then you're not going to have any of the other things. You're not going to have an open heart. You're not going to be able to speak your truth. You're not going to be having a clear mind and clear thoughts and conscious. So really, this is a great place to start. This is a great place to make sure that you are feeling energized and in flow. So again, if you feel like you might have a root chakra block, please check out our other video, because we go through how to discover if you have a break in there and it's flowing properly, or it's blocked, and how to release the blocks and different things you can do. So it's a great opportunity to learn a little bit more and help yourself out.
I love it. Okay.
Yeah.
Before we move on for today, I want to take a moment and talk about astrologically what is going on out there, because we're in the middle of a really big deal right now. So we have Saturn in Aquarius is squaring Uranus in Taurus. And there's 3 of those this year, okay? There was one at the beginning of the year. We're in this little corridor of it now, and there's going to be one again in December. Now, what does that mean? So Saturn is all about systems. I like to think of it as like the grandparent who tells you all the way that the world is and should be. And then you have Uranus, which is all about revolution. It's like that hipster cousin who comes in and wants the whole world to be different. So we have grandpa and the cousin hipster, okay? And these two are clashing right now. And it reminds us that we have to take a stand against the systems that don't work for us. It is our responsibility to level up our own life. Sometimes old systems have to fall away, and sometimes that has to do with the systems that have just innately embedded in you. What things inside you need to fall away, right? It doesn't always have to be the external things. It's the external things that are feeding into our belief systems. So what systems need to fall away? You're going to see a lot of revolution taking place during this time, even at a very small level, versus some of the larger levels of energy that you'll see. So be on the lookout for that. Because of that, I actually just added a brucite to my daily practice necklace. I usually don't wear this brucite all the time, but brucite is a great stone to remind you to get out of your own way. It's a great stone for setting goals and things like that, because it reminds you to move forward. What is holding you back? So I'm going to start wearing that and integrating that during this season. Our guide for today is the Death card. And I love this card because a lot of the times when people see death, they're like, oh, I'm going to die. No, no, no. It is the rebirth card. It is, when this comes up for me in a reading, I think it's like one of my favorite cards. I'm like, oh, whew, good.
Yeah. I love getting the death card. I'm like, oh, exciting.
Yeah, right? I'm excited about it. So what systems inside you are you ready for a rebirth in? Okay, and this energy is going to be around for a little while, so let's always have that image in there. I just want to give a big shout out to the Light Seers Tarot with Chris Ann. Just such a beautiful imagery, and I even love that they even have rebirth written on the deck, and they have the lemon scat symbol for eternity. I love it. Reminders of cycles and all those things that come with it. All right, everyone. I hope you have very happy root chakras today. We're going to move on tomorrow to our second chakra, which is our sacral chakra. Super excited about that one because that one is all of my work all the time. So excited for that one. All right. Anything to finish
so many
with?
Jokes I could make. There's so many jokes I could make right now.
So many. So many.
Text ya.
All right. Thank you for joining us today. Namaste, SoulCircle.
Mwah.
Bye.
See you tomorrow.